Oh crap, hold on. See if I'm live. I want to see how this sounds. Yes, I'm back. I'm back doing another live stream, my second of the day. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let me see if I'm even live. Yeah, I'm live. Let me see how this sounds. I just want to see how it sounds, guys. Alright, sounds good. So, guys, what's up? Been really busy today. I've been super busy today. I've been here. How's it sound? I don't know if the air conditioner is a little too high. Let me hear how it sounds. Turn it down a little bit. I don't have anybody on yet. Fuck. Makes me feel like I'm a fucking jabron. Let me just wait. Oh, we got 5 on. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Tuddle live stream for 422/20. Thank you, guys. You know, it's great because I haven't been getting a lot of live people. I have not been getting a lot of people watching live. I think the most I've maybe had is in between 25 and 30 people watching at one time. But the great thing about YouTube, when you get done with the broadcast, the live stream, it automatically uploads it. And I'm doing okay. Most of my videos, my live streams, the ones that I produce, get over at least 100 views, which is good. I'm still building my YouTube channel and my podcast channel. So if you guys could do me a favor, all my content's gonna be free. All the content that I do on my YouTube channel, my podcast, it's all gonna be free. And I'm doing fine right now. You know, this is the best that I have ever done personally. Professionally, been way better in my life. I've made a lot of mistakes. If you guys want to chat, please chat. Any questions you have, answer them. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Any questions you have in the chat room, nobody is spoken up. Can at least somebody say hi to make sure the chat room, because I'm watching it. Can somebody at least like message or say something so I know you're there, that the chat's working? Maybe I turn the chat off. I don't know. All right, there we go. You should team up with Patrick Welsh. I like Patrick Welsh. Patrick's a good guy, man. Like, he's very opinionated. He's good. He speaks well. I like Patrick. I like Patrick a lot. Hey, Jason, thank you for saying hi. I just want to make sure that the chat was working. Back to I've been on this, like, this has been happening to me a lot, okay? I go off on tangents, and it's been happening a lot. And it's my ADHD, and plus, I'm not on the psychotropic drugs anymore. So, I'm all natural right now. I smoke a little bit of weed. I take a very low dosage of Adderall right now. And that's all I'm on. Not drinking. I'm doing well. I'm working out. I'm losing a lot of weight. And I'm doing it again. I'm getting on another one of those tangents where I'm getting sidetracked. God, my allergies have been killing me. But all my content is going to be free on my channel. And I've been giving out my PayPal account if people want to donate. I know right now with this pandemic going on, you guys, a lot of people have gotten let go. They've been furloughed. They're having to stay home with their children because there's no school in the state of Florida. I get it. A lot of people are holding on to their money. I was making a lot more money because I maybe have been doing my podcast for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, I would be open to go back with Bubba. I like Bubba. I don't have any bad things to say about Bubba. I messed up. But what I've done different this time around, and I've done this in my past, in my radio career, is I take it personally when I get let go. And Harry DeSander. All right, I'll get to your question. Let me finish up what I was saying. I don't even know where the fuck I was at. Where was I? Oh, so yes, I've been giving out my PayPal, and before the pandemic, a lot of people were donating. I was making way more, and it's dropped off considerably when the pandemic started, and that's understandable. But if you don't want to help me out financially, which is fine, that's all a bonus. I'm doing this because it's helping me stay fresh. I think as a broadcaster, and I'm not trying to compare people, TV broadcasters or radio broadcasters as athletic. We're not. We're not athletes. Matter of fact, we're the furthest thing from athletes, unless you're on TV, and then you got to stay looking good. If you start letting yourself go, you're going to be bounced immediately off the air in front of the camera. But this podcast has helped me exercise and hone my craft. It's actually made me become a better broadcaster, because I've always been a co-host or behind the scenes guy or stunt guy. That's all I did, and Bubba gave me the opportunity to be the first time that I was a full-time co-host. Russ did it for me as well too. But you know, if you're not doing it, I feel like you get out of practice. I think you get rusty. So this podcast has helped me become a better broadcaster, because I've been a co-host, and you play off of a host because host set you up. One thing that Bubba was great at was setting up his talented people, and he would always set you up, and that's what I've been used to. But now with this podcast, me hosting it by myself, I'm having to host, drive the conversation, as well as get my funny little jabs in there. So it's a work in progress. I'm way better than the first week of podcast that I was doing. It's a different animal. But I'm cool with Bubba. I burned a lot of bridges, and I've been really, really cool. And, you know, to kind of segue into your question, to finish that one first, yes, I would go back and work for Bubba. And please let him know. I've reached out. I've not heard anything back. I'm hustling right now. I am wanting to make this podcast grow. I want my online content, the content that I put out, to grow. I want more people to watch it because, you know, let's be honest, that's why people do it. They want to know that people are watching. And I want to make my podcast and all the content, you know, I want to promote it. I want to get it out there. And I reached out, I emailed, and I haven't heard anything back. But, you know, they're always looking for shows on Bubba Army Radio. And I know that Bubba's on a low budget right now. Things have been better, but he's a survivor. Bubba will be back. But if you would like some free content, not going to charge anything at all. Bubba does not have to pay me to do. No. I don't even need a bit split. Fuck a bit split. I don't need that. I do not need a bit split. The only thing I want is to be able to promote my content, my podcast, and my YouTube channel. And if they were allowed to do, if they let me do that, I would do, you know, and I'm already busy. Listen, I do in between a 30 to 45 minute daily podcast. I would be open to doing 2 to 3 exclusive shows. It would be separate from my podcast. I don't want you to think I'd be giving my podcast to them just to replay. I would give Bubba and the Bubba Army Radio Network my content. I would give them an exclusive, fresh content, not a replay of my podcast, 2 or 3 times a week if I got a chance to plug my podcast. And I'll reach out again, Philip. Good time. Reach out again. Yeah, Philip, I'm going to reach out again. I know they're all busy right now, and I've reached out. And I would do that, you know, 2 or 3 times. 3 times would be pushing it because, you know, I didn't appreciate what Bubba was doing, how talented Bubba is, because it's hard hosting your own show. Doing all the show prep, production, editing clips to be able to play, things to talk about, and set yourself up to be funny. Yeah, Philip, you got to ask 3 times for sales. See, I'm not into sales, so I've never had to do sales, but that would be a skill I would like to learn. Any of the, you know, the business skills or selling skills, I would love to know, because I'm learning as I go with this right now. And hold on. Here, just to show you. I'm not drinking anymore. I got to get some water because I'm talking a lot and I've been smoking some weed. And if you're not a weed smoker, that shit dries your throat and mouth out big time. So I've already asked once, Philip. What's up, Bluegill McGillicuddy? Welcome. And I said this earlier. Share this on your social media if you want to help me out. Share it. And I got to get back to it. Fuck. I'm getting better. I'm getting really, really scatterbrained when it comes to staying on topic. And I completely remembered. I talked about something. I didn't even fucking close it out. So financially, if you don't want to help me out financially, and you're a fan of my show, you like what I do, you can help me out very easily by helping spread the word about the content that I'm putting out. You know, if it's my YouTube page, my podcast, any of my social media, if you want to promote that, help me out. So if you don't want to like donate even $1, fucking help spread the word. Because I'm not on the radio right now. I have done radio, and I've always had radio to promote my social media, my YouTube channel. I've never done a podcast before, but if I was doing a podcast and on the radio, I would be able to promote it. Bluegill McGillicuddy, do you need new kicks and socks? Okay, let me give... First, I gotta stop, Bluegill. I'll come back to my thought that I was on before. If you want to help me out, promote my YouTube channel. I bought the domain TuddleTV.com because I thought that would be easier for people to remember. So TuddleTV.com will take people to my YouTube page. Now, it's very important when you do this because I do a lot of live content. Make sure you subscribe, because when you subscribe, and this is also another step you got to take. Yes, Tuddle with 2 Ds. This is another step you got to take when you go to Tuddle TV, which is TuddleTV.com, which is my YouTube channel. You got to subscribe, but hit the bell button. And the bell button is for, it alerts you. And a lot of people watch YouTube and get alerted on their cell phone. So if you hit that bell button, it's going to alert you whenever I go live or I upload any new content. So do that. Promote that if you could. Now, my podcast, there's many ways. I'm trying to get on as many podcast formats as I can. Right now, the list stands at, I'm on TuneIn Radio, and I wanted to be on TuneIn Radio. I wanted to be on TuneIn Radio because I realized, and I learned from working with Bubba, that how important TuneIn Radio is because a lot of you guys think, you know, oh, you see Bubba down, he's not doing so well in Tampa. Guess what? Bubba has a humongous, because of his time on Howard Stern's network and being his afternoon guy. And when Bubba left Howard Truckers, Bubba was huge with the truckers. A lot of the truckers were using TuneIn Radio to be able to catch Bubba's live stream. It's very, very easy app to use. It's available on all smartphones, the TuneIn Radio app. It's for Android, iPhones, pretty much any of the smartphones you could think of. TuneIn Radio is available. Now, I had worked with Clear Channel for a while, and what Clear Channel ended up turning into iHeartRadio, and I left. I was like, I've burned so many bridges with Clear Channel. There's no way I'll ever be back with them. And you know what? I was wrong. You can find my podcast. Just search The Tuddle Podcast on iHeartRadio app. If you want to check out on Spotify, maybe you use Spotify. Dude, it is a dream of mine. And you guys can tell if you want to follow Seth. And this might cause problems, but I'm going to say it right now. Seth Cush never had a chance to be on the air with Seth. Never have had that opportunity. Now, I've worked in the company with Seth. I've never worked on the same radio station as Seth. You know, when I first went with The Bone, I started doing In Your Face with Drew Garabo, and Drew was still doing mornings on 97X with Seth, and I had a lot of interaction with Seth. I liked Seth. Got to keep grinding, Tuds, and you're doing a great job. Thank you, Bluegill McGillicuddy. I'll get back to your question. I have not forgotten your question, Bluegill. So, with Seth, it's been a dream of mine because I'm telling you, I'm a mark. I am a straight up mark for Seth Cush. He's great. I mean, he's good on the air. He is great on the air. You know, you got to realize when Seth talks, him being a producer, learning from a lot of people. Seth has taken in a lot of knowledge from the radio hosts he's worked with. When Seth says something, It's either going to be funny and get a laugh, or it's just these little things you do not recognize or you don't even realize that he says to drive the topic. Seth either, knocks it out of the park with a funny joke or says something that drives the conversation. Seth is almost a host. He's so good as a co-host, he can say words because he can see how a conversation could go, and he'll drive it that way because he sees the opportunity. What up, Mike Draper? He sees where the conversation could go, and he'll say like little things, or he'll stir it up or make jabs to drive the conversation. That's why Seth is good. So yeah, tell Seth, tweet Seth. His Twitter account is @SethKush. @SethKush. Kush, SETH, Kush, KUSH. Let him know. Tell him. It's, I think the name of the show is In the Showers. If he wants to call me, or hell, when this pandemic dies down, I'll make the trip across the state to do a guest spot. That is if he wants me. Maybe I'm just being too big-headed and think that he would. But I would go guest host. Right now, I got a lot of shit going on, and I can't be in Tampa full time. But if he'd like to have me as a guest on the show just to shoot the shit, that would be a dream of mine. They wouldn't have to pay me a goddamn thing. I would do the show with Seth. So yeah, tweet him. Let him know. Tell him I was talking about him and marking out to Seth Kush. I'm marking out. Philip Anthony said, oh wait, I got to get back. I'm trying to make a better effort of staying on task. So yes, I'm on iHeartRadio. Search The Tuddle Podcast. Spotify. Search The Tuddle Podcast. And what else am I on? Oh, iTunes Podcast. Search The Tuddle Podcast. Any of those platforms. I'm trying to get on them. And if you're a podcast, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to blow them up, but Matt Mazer, I've been talking to Matt Mazer about, getting my podcast out there, and he's going to help me out. I need to talk to him first before I announce anything, but I've been talking to Matt Mazer about some stuff. He's a great guy. So you can find me anywhere. If you want to help me out, and you don't want to help me out financially, and I don't want you guys to think any of the money you donate that I'm fucking spending it on white trash shit. You would think, stereotypes, me living in Volusia County and Oak Hill, you would think, oh, you're going to go spend it on booze. I don't drink anymore. You're going to go waste it on lottery tickets. Nope, not doing that either. All the money that anybody donates to my PayPal account, paypal.me/Tuddle on the radio, all that money is being saved to reinvest back into my podcast, because I'm doing this show out of my fucking PT Cruiser. And I want to get Wi-Fi, because my content would be better. My video uploads would be better. My audio quality would be better. So any of that money you donate is going to go right back into the content that I'm putting out. But if you can't do that financially, promote me. Promote my stuff. Whatever it is. I don't care. That'll help me out and help me grow. Word of mouth is the only way I'm going to grow my online footprint. So let me get back to this stuff. I got some questions here. Philip Anthony. Philip, if you want to help me out with this, okay? Back in the day when I left Bubba's show, I was a dick, and I was motherfucking Bubba's show. Everybody on Bubba's show. And Brent has me blocked on Twitter. Brent has me blocked, and I'm not mad, because I was a real dickhead, and it's understandable. But let Brent know, I have nothing against Brent, and I know he's working on his Twitch channel. I would love to work with Brent. If Brent, I would love to promote him. Brent doesn't need my promotion, but if he'd like me to do something, I'll do some content. I will give Brent some good content if he'll allow me to promote my stuff. He doesn't have to give me anything. So yeah, let Brent know. Unblock me on Twitter so I can see your shit. I'd love to do something with Brent. But Brent's on a whole other level than me, and he doesn't need me. But if he's interested, I'll fucking do anything with Brent. I would jump on that opportunity in a heartbeat. Hold on. I'm going back here, and I'm trying to find some of these stuff. You gotta ask 3 times. Have you watched Hatley's show? No, I haven't watched Hatley's show. I should. Somebody wrote, All right, so somebody had tweeted, and I can't find it, asked me if I was good on shoes and socks. Okay, so yes, at one time I had stinky feet, and I got called out on it on Bubba's show, and I've been doing a better job. I change my socks every single day, and I still got a lot of the socks that people sent in for packages on Bubba's show, and I just recently, 3 weeks ago, broke open, because this is one of the things I learned from Colton. After I got called out about my shoes being stinky, Colton took me shoe shopping, and he took me and got some good deals. Everybody knows Colton knows deals. So Colton gave me this idea, and I got a good deal on these shoes, but he said when you go shoe shopping and you can find a good deal, you buy 2 pairs of shoes. One to use, and then put one away that you're not using, and then when the first pair get a little bad, you use the first pair as your work shoes, and then break in the other pair that you already bought. And that's what I done. So I'm on my second pair of shoes now, and I'm doing pretty well. So to answer your question, I mean, if you want to hook me up, you can email me, tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with 2 D's, TUDDLE@gmail.com. But back to the Seth thing. If he's looking for a co-host, and I don't want to come in there and think I'm trying to take anybody's spot. Nope, that's not it. I won't do it if I'm taking somebody's spot. But if he'd like me to come over and co-host, fuck yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. So let Seth know. Let Seth know. I just don't want to bother him. I know he's busy and he's got a family, a kid and everything. But yeah, I would do it. And if you could let Brett know, thank you. Angry host Tuddle back in the... Yeah, it was. Yep. So, what do I got going? Oh, this is what... And now, this is just in the early stages, okay? You want to know, all my podcasts, I'm a day ahead. So, like the podcast you heard today, I recorded yesterday. But all the new podcasts get uploaded at midnight. And I think tonight will be number 47 or number 48. And I'm almost getting close to 50, but the live stream I did earlier, somebody had brought up, are you going to do anything for your 100th podcast? And I'm brainstorming right now. But I think it would be badass, since I am in a grassroots type media platform right now. Why not throw a grassroots party, a celebration? I don't drink anymore. It does not bother me. And I was thinking, what would be a type of celebration that would, in the same lines of my podcast and the content I'm putting out right now? How about just throw a straight up backwoods, not backwoods, because this really isn't the backwoods, just a, working man's white trash party. And what better place than Oak Hill, Florida? Yes, the party probably and most likely will not last very long. So I got a backup plan. If the party... Well, I'm getting ahead of myself now. Anyways, my idea was to have a party hosted at the place you hear me talking about all the time. No. Not drinking. I haven't drank anything. And if I did, that was a fucking slip up on my part. But no, I'm not drinking. Dude, if I was drinking, I'd be fat and out of shape. Because when I drink, I didn't want to fucking do a goddamn thing. But I'm on a health kick right now. It's the one that I have a very addictive personality. And this is the first time in my life that my addictive personality is benefiting me. And I'm like hardcore into eating healthy and treating my body right and working out. I don't know. I'm not a superficial type guy. It's just something I want to do to prove that I can do it. And I can now. Yeah, weed and Adderall, that's about it. No, I never use... Whoa! No, yes, I have. Once, but it never became a problem. Dude, in my listen, I lived a very sheltered life. And when I moved to Orlando, got away from my parents and first started in radio, I'd already been in radio for 2 years. And when I got over there and I was away from my parents in Orlando, like I grew up in a city with less than 1,000 people. My graduating class was in the 80s. I was from a small town. Going to Orlando was a big city to me. And I was experimenting. I fucking did a lot of bullshit that, it didn't please me. But yes, I've experimented with shit. But I want to have this party. So, have it here. And if a lot of people show up, which I hope they would, the party might end pretty quickly. So you're going to want to get here early. But there's a park, right near here. Like we could walk from my house to the park, which is a public park, and we could have the party over there if they shut us down here. But I'm open to giving you guys my home address. Well, not my home address, my parents, because I'm helping my parents out through this and doing stuff for them. But they're like, hell yeah, fucking have the party here. Let's do it. So I was going to invite you guys over here, have a party. Fuck, we're right by the water. You could bring your fishing pole. We could fish, I'll cook out, drink, and I'm not going to be drinking, but you guys can join, and we'll have a good time to do for my 100th podcast. That's still a couple of months down the road. So let me know what you guys think. Any ideas? If you think it's a good idea, bad idea, email me, Tuddle@gmail.com, or you can tweet at me @Tuddle. It would be great. I think it would be amazing. So I'd like to get some feedback. Good idea, bad idea. I think it would be awesome. It'll most likely have the cops called, and it'll get busted down pretty quick and shut down. I just think it would be something cool to do. And like I said, I got a backup plan with the park there. We can just go over the park. They can't do a goddamn thing over there, and we'll be fine. So, but that's about it, man. I'm not doing much of anything, guys. I'm pretty much staying in the park. I leave 2-3 times at the most a week and go shopping. I'm wearing masks. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking that, oh, I'm being too cautious, or I'm taking this too serious, or blowing it out of proportion. I'd most likely would be fine if I caught the virus. But it's my parents. I don't want to give it to them. My parents are in their 70s. They both have underlying conditions. My dad has diabetes. My mom has had cancer. She's in remission, but her immune system is shit right now. So they don't want to catch it. So, when I go to the store, I got a table out by the house. One side is stuff that hasn't been disinfected, and the other side is stuff that's been disinfected. And I do that, and I let it sit outside, the stuff that can sit outside for a while, and let it air out. So I'm being extra careful. My parents haven't left in about a month and a half. I'm getting kind of low. I'm getting down to 6. People are getting home, and they don't want to listen to my bullshit, and that's fine. People can watch later. Oh, also, I'm going to talk about this stuff on my podcast. If you want to hear the story of what I'm about to say, you can do that by listening to my podcast. I got an intern, which makes me feel a little bit more legitimate. Her name is Hannah. She is, I think, 22 years old, and she's up in Canada. And I got to get permission first. But I know her dad. Her dad is Big Bubba Army. Hannah's dad is Big Bubba Army. And he's followed me to my podcast and has been one of my biggest donors to my PayPal account and has helped me out a lot. And he introduced me to his daughter because she's young, trying to figure out what she wants to get into. And she's kind of interested in going into broadcasting. And I know she's all the way up in Canada, but with technology now, you can connect, and I can teach her. We talk every day. She does prep. She comes up with ideas, and when she gets comfortable, I'm going to give her like a 3-minute weekly segment, maybe 3 to 5 to talk. And I'll plug her social media soon. I just want to make sure she's okay with it. But she's a good-looking girl. Perfect. Great personality. Very funny. And I think she could be good. But she's going to help me out behind the scenes, which I need, because I'm pretty much doing everything on my own right now. But I'll do that. I think you guys will like Hannah. Hannah will be good, and I think she's going to help out this show. And then my buddy that I met since I started doing my podcast and YouTube content, Charlie Alamo. He's a young guy, very funny. He's got a podcast of his own, and I would love to work with him a lot more because he's very, very hungry right now. And I think we could do some good content. So if you guys have any suggestions, comments, anything you'd like me to change or stuff I can work on, email me, tuddle@gmail.com. Guys, can't thank you enough. I'm going to get back on the radio, but I'm trying to build something as a backup plan right now. And all you guys helping me out and listening to my stuff, at least giving it a chance, I can't thank you enough. I love every single one of you guys. And, you know, if you email me, you want to talk, I'll bullshit with you. You know, I can't tell you how many listeners have my fucking phone number. And you know what? I'm appreciative of them. I talk to every single one of them. I at least give them time. You know, I get busy, but I'll spend a few minutes talking. But if you email me, tuddle@gmail.com, I pretty much try to answer everybody back that I can because, you know, I don't take you guys for granted. So if you can help me spread the word, that's the one thing you can do for me. Fuck the financial stuff. Help my content grow. If you can do that, that's all I ask. If you like what I do, please, that's it. All right, guys, check out my podcast. I think episode 48 will be up tonight at midnight. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. This is kind of like my gimmick now, guys. I want to see how many frames I can get in there before you can't see it.